Have you ever made a decision so big it split your life into a before and an after? I have. My name is Simone, and I was a nurse in Kingston, Jamaica. Life was busy, vibrant, and full. My husband Michael was my rock. He wasn't a man of grand gestures or flowery words. His love was in the everyday things. The hot cup of Blue Mountain coffee he'd have waiting for me after a long night shift. The way he'd fix a leaky pipe without me even having to ask. His steady presence that made our little house feel like a fortress. We had a simple, comfortable life. We weren't rich, but we had each other. And for a long time, that was more than enough. That life has a way of creeping up on you. I was ambitious, always striving for more. I saw my colleagues traveling, buying new cars and living lives that seemed so much more exciting than mine. A little seed of dissatisfaction was planted in my heart. I started looking at Michael and our quiet life not as a blessing, but as a cage. I'd come home tired and stressed, and instead of seeing his quiet support, I saw a lack of ambition. When I talked about wanting to move abroad for better opportunities, he'd look at me with this sad, confused expression. He was content. He loved his home, his friends, his life right here in Jamaica. Our dreams, which once ran parallel, had started to diverge sharply. The argument started small. "Why don't you want more for us, Michael?" I'd ask. He'd reply, "I have everything I want right here, Simone." My frustration grew into resentment. I started to believe he was holding me back. The little things that once charmed me now grated on my nerves. His quietness felt like indifference. His contentment felt like complacency. I convinced myself that I was meant for a bigger, brighter world, and he was the anchor holding me in a harbor I was desperate to leave. I was looking at him, but I wasn't seeing him anymore. I was only seeing the reflection of my own restlessness. So I made the call. I told him I wanted a divorce. I'll never forget the look on his face. It wasn't anger, just a deep, profound sadness that seemed to swallow all the light in the room. He didn't fight me. He just asked, "Are you sure this is what you want?" And with a confidence that now feels like the height of foolishness, I said yes. I was so sure that on the other side of this decision lay freedom, excitement. And last year, in 2024, I made the decision that would change my life forever. I divorced my husband, Marcus Reed. I had been swayed by friends who insisted I didn't need a man, that I could thrive alone. I told myself I was strong, independent, modern. The day I signed the divorce papers, the pen shook in my hand as if it could sense my fear. The lawyer cleared his throat. The chair scraped under Marcus as he stood without looking at me. No shouting, no pleading, just a quiet, precise end to a chapter one thought I had outgrown. Outside the courthouse, my friends waited. "You're free now," said Marsha Bennett. "You don't need a man," added Simone Clark. "Men are distractions," laughed Claire Morgan. I believed them because I wanted to. Belief was easier than doubt. I thought I was brave. I thought I was making the right choice. I began working as a nurse at Kingston General Hospital. Long shifts, white walls, the constant smell of antiseptic. I learned to hold strangers' hands while they cried, to stitch wounds that weren't mine, to watch life fade from monitors without panicking. Everyone called me strong, but strength has a hollow side. At night, I returned to a quiet apartment that wasn't as peaceful the silence pressed against me, until I spoke to myself just to hear a human voice. I cooked meals for one, packed leftovers, pretending someone might return, but no one ever did. My friends stopped calling as often. One by one, they married. Marsha married Julian Harris. Simone married Derek Lowe, and Claire married Nathaniel Reed. All happy couples, all smiles. The same friends who had told me marriage was unnecessary now embraced it without apology. "Just happened," they would say when I asked. Loneliness doesn't hit all at once. It seeps in, like rain through cracks in an old wall. I started dating to fill the emptiness. 5 men came. 5 men left. Evan, Terence, Leon, Kadeem and Sean. They admired my body, but my heart was invisible. None introduced me to their families. None wanted plans beyond tonight. One, Terence, married a younger woman 6 months after promising he wasn't ready. I stared at his wedding photo, thumb hovering over the screen, wishing I could erase reality. It was a rainy evening in Kingston when the truth became unavoidable. I missed Marcus, not the idea of marriage, not the routine, but him. I had left him, chasing applause from people now busy clapping for themselves. Immaturity, pride, and the blind trust of friends had led me here. I called it freedom, but it was abandonment of the one person who never abandoned me. One night, I stood outside the house Marcus and I once shared. New paint, new curtains. Someone else lived there now. I stared across the street, rain soaking my shoes, wondering when love became something I could gamble away. On a reckless impulse, I walked up to the door and knocked. I rang the bell, the door opened. Marcus stood there, and behind him, his pregnant wife, Leona, looked at me with wide, curious eyes. I could not speak. My throat tightened, my voice trapped in my chest. The disappointment, the shame, the longing, they all collided at once. I simply turned around and walked back into the rain, leaving behind the life I had destroyed. That night, scrolling through my old messages, I saw Marcus's last text. If you ever realize you made a mistake, I hope you'll have the courage to admit it. I dropped the phone like it burned. Now, I lie awake, staring at my ceiling, replaying moments I once took for granted. How do you apologize for destroying a home you were meant to protect? How do you ask a man to reopen a heart you helped close? Does love wait? Or does it quietly move on? Some lessons arrive too late. Some silence is permanent. Some doors don't slam, they stay slightly open, just enough to let regret walk in every day. Tonight, my phone lights up. An unknown number. It rings once, then stops. I hold my breath, afraid to hope, afraid to know, and the silence returns.